Representative Sylvia Ortiz-Vélez, welcome to Adelante.
Thank you for having me here tonight.
You introduced the project of law AB 57. Can you explain the content of this proposal of law?
Firstly, I want to address what the bill does. And what it does is it says that no law enforcement officers in our state, anybody who can assist ICE in the detention of individuals unless there's a judicial warrant. So if someone's here based, they're just unlawfully here, you can't then go into certain areas in our state. And these sensitive areas are places like schools, hospitals, daycare facilities, churches, and especially our government buildings. For example, our Milwaukee County complex. It's not the only place that we deliver services from the state.
How do you expect other bill, which is AB 24, to impact the trust of the community? Because this proposal of the Republicans directs against the proposal of AB 57.
AB 24 does not protect the residents of our state in these sensitive areas. It doesn't address them at all. What it does is it forces sheriffs to take extra steps, which the law does not require.
How is it going to affect in the financial side this other bill, A24, that promotes that there will be consequences?
Yes.
If local authorities decide not to participate on helping immigration forces or entities.
Many people have to prioritize their budgets and they don't have time to take on operations of the federal government. Many people feel duped. Many people were told that they were only going to go after criminals. And certainly we want to keep our community safe. But I'm really here to talk about, and this bill really tries to protect the people that do not have criminal records. So if they have a judicial warrant, again, I can understand that cooperation. AB 24 goes too far, and it doesn't protect Wisconsinites. It doesn't put Wisconsin first against an overreaching federal government.
How will you explain this controversy to those who are in the middle saying, a bill like yours, 57, tries to protect people from being arrested in everywhere when they cannot use local resources. And the other proposal establishes that they are trying to protect the general community against criminals, and they want to have all the support for arresting. What key points you will explain to those people who are confused and not able to understand the two positions that created these two law proposals?
Well, what I want people to understand is the Constitution, regardless of immigration status, applies to everybody in our country. So the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, all of them. And so people have a right to a due process. When there's a judicial warrant, there's been a process. And we're saying, fine, that's great. If you produce that, this bill does not apply to you. But if you don't have a judicial warrant, in lieu of that, then you're not going to be allowed into these places in our state. And it's certainly well within our purview and well within our state's rights to put these rules in place. And I believe one day that it will become law.
How long do you think is going to take for this bill to be on the floor and to be passed, this law proposal?
I believe it's going to take some time because elections take time. The next opportunity we have to have a better opportunity to get this passed is 2 years from now.
When you created this law proposal, were you able to be in contact with community organizations?
I worked with my Senator Tim Carpenter, Senator Dora Drake, and Representative Hung, and several organizations like Forward Latino, and several attorneys, including staff in Wisconsin State Assembly and members of my caucus to take a look at what we could do to protect Wisconsinites against an overreaching federal government and to protect against illegal searches and seizures.
Do you know if other states have implemented something like this? Is the entire country facing this kind of law proposals.
So I do know that a few other states have taken a look at these sensitive areas, especially government entity agencies, churches, and schools. But it's been pretty dismal. I know that some states have actually passed some funding for legal representation, for people facing deportation, so that people can get the due process that our Constitution affords them.
The human rights of people in Wisconsin are more protected than in other places or less.
I think that we're in better shape than, and with fair maps passing in our state, we're definitely in a better shape than most states. I don't really feel like the battle is with Wisconsin Republicans. Our battle really is with the federal government, who is, quite frankly, acting very lawless at this time and has shown that they will not follow court orders, violate people's civil rights. I want to prevent them from violating Wisconsin's state's constitution. So the majority of the people that I represent need to have a voice at the table and need to make sure that they can still access services regardless of their immigration status.
2 years is too far away. In the meantime, a lot of families will struggle and people will struggle with being arrested. But what would you tell the community during these moments?
Have a plan, be prepared, know your rights, be careful, be thoughtful about what you do, get legal advice. If you have an opportunity to correct your status, work on that immediately, do everything you can. Stay hopeful, because our state is in a better place than most states. I think in the end, people are going to recognize the value that immigrants have brought to this country, and they have before, and that we're going to get through this together.
There is another group of people who are full of anger against these immigrant communities. What would you tell to them? Because it seems that there are every day reactions, extreme reactions, coming from people who feel that way.
It's important for all of us to love thy neighbor, and that means everybody around us. We know we want to keep our community safe. Nobody wants to have criminals amongst us. But really, we also need to recognize that there are people we should be grateful for, quite frankly, that help us every single day to get things that we have no idea that the way they contribute to our communities. They pay taxes, they provide services to people, they make sure that it's cheap for us to be able to go to the grocery store and pick up certain items. And, quite frankly, well, we have such a labor shortage in our state. We have over 150,000 people that we need. And we can't turn good, hardworking people away. I think we need to make the distinction. At the end of the day, we need to find a way to secure our borders and to fix our immigration system. And I feel like that's getting lost in the conversation. And that's another place that we need to have hope for. I have hope that people will come to their senses, come together, and realize that we need people, the good people that want to work hard, that love our country, that make great neighbors, and are a part of our community.